Bullx is something which is extraordinary, and a lot of people have been praising this particular platform. This is one of the reasons why I am going to be giving you the very best Neo Vision filters that are really going to help you guys separate the junk from the good stuff. Now, as you can see, right, as soon as you get onto the new pairs and the Neo Vision, right, if you do not really have the right filters, you're probably going to have analysis paralysis, which could really hinder you from concentrating on the right plays to make. And this is one of the reasons why it is very important for you to get the right and the best filters that complement your capability to make profits. So in today's episode, I'm mostly going to be concentrating on these particular areas: about to graduate and graduated. Of course, when it comes to the new creations, right, there are a few things that you can do that can really help you separate the worst memes from the best memes, etc. But mostly the data will really consolidate and really be helpful on this particular section, which is obviously the about to graduate. So my style as a trader is obviously to concentrate on volume and authenticity, because I really believe volume precedes price action. So this is one of the reasons why most of the trades that I usually go for have got the highest amount of volume. So when it comes to the about to graduate filter, right, these are my filters, and this is and we're basically going to have a little bit of a breakdown with regards to what I usually go for. Okay, so I hope you guys can see. Let me just zoom in for you. So first of all, when it comes to the about to graduate filter, you have to have at least one social, because that really helps you to sort of separate the best from the worst, because all the best memes have got some sort of social media presence. And I really love seeing Twitter and Telegram. Websites are not really that important, especially when it's a very hot topic and people just want to create the meme as fast as they can. Sometimes the website really does get neglected. So I usually skip the bonding curve because it doesn't really matter. The dev holding should be maximum 25% with a minimum holding of around 80 wallets. So when it comes to the insider wallets, right, now this is where it's going to be dicey, because this is a difference between Neo Bullx and the regular Bullx, because we have an introduction of new filters or categories in terms of the filters, where you are able to have insider wallets and sniper wallets, as well as the bot users. So these two, or rather these three metrics, are what really differentiates Neo Bullx from the previous one, because the previous one didn't really have this sort of way to specifically look at the insider wallets, the sniper wallets, and the bot users. It wasn't really as blatant as this one. So on this one, for the new creations, and by the way, if you take a look at the time frame that I usually go for, right, the time frame is what really matters as far as I'm concerned, because if you take a look at the token age, I'm mostly concentrating on creations or about to graduate tokens that are only 3 minutes old. You get my point? So number one of the biggest metrics that I look for is volume and age. Why do I have these particular metrics highlighted? Because number one, if a coin is created and there's a lot of demand, it's going to graduate and bond very fast. Usually, on average, the best performing meme coins usually end up bonding in less than 5 minutes. Within 3 minutes, it should be out of there. It should already be graduating and in the process of bonding. So this is one of the reasons why I concentrate on tokens that are maximum 3 minutes old. Okay, now let's take a look at the volume. I am looking for 55,000 US dollars in terms of volume. So if you take a look at the conversion between the Solana price and 55,000 volume, right, it means that there's over 100 Solana tokens invested in this particular project. Okay, and obviously the market cap is going to be above 45,000 US dollars as a minimum. So remember, 100 Solana is equivalent to minimum of around 55,000 US dollars in terms of volume. So this particular metric and the time frame are very, very important. So these are the things such as the number of insider wallets, the sniper wallets, and the bots. These are a little bit neither here nor there, because a lot of very good well experienced meme coin developers, aka the people that launch these meme coins, a lot of them use a lot of bots. You get my point. However, if you look at the time frame that I'm looking at, remember our highlighted time frame is 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes on average, the minimum number of bots, or rather the maximum number of bots that I would, I'd rather see is obviously 500. Of course, this doesn't really matter because, sometimes you can even put it at 1,000. It doesn't really matter. The coin can still end up pumping. If these meme coin developers have got a lot of money and they've got a lot of volume behind them, no matter how many bot users are available, it's really going to end up pumping. And a lot of these meme coin developers can even airdrop, tokens to about 5,000 bot users or 5,000 wallets. You get my point. So this is one of the reasons why this particular metric, I do not really want to concentrate on it. Sometimes you can even remove it. It doesn't really matter. Okay. So one of the most important things is the insider wallets, aka the supply. So technically speaking, right, if you see it below 2%, that's really going to be a very good project. But if you really minimize the insider wallets, because a lot of good projects that tend to do very well have got very strong insiders. You get my point. So even if you put it at 10%, it doesn't really matter. So you guys have to play around with it, put it between 2 to about 10%. On average, the best performing cryptocurrency meme coins usually have insider wallets that are as high as 30%, 30 to 40%. That's absolutely regular and normal. And by the way, a lot of these insider wallets are going to be the wallets that usually buy between block 0 and block 1. Okay, so these are very, these are wallets that are sort of being bundled up together with the dev buy and all that stuff. You get my point. So that's what I usually love putting it at, between 2 to about 10%. So guys, play around with it, because there's no one shoe fits all type of scenario. Okay, then if you take a look at the sniper wallets, I usually love going maximum 20. Because the reason why I'm giving you these figures is due to the fact that I also know how to utilize a lot of these bundling softwares, a lot of these mass snipers such as Dog with Tools, etc. And for example, with Dog with Tools, right, the maximum sniper wallet that you can use is obviously about 20, and of course, sometimes these snipers can also be people that are not really even directly affiliated to the project. It could be just regular people who are sniping that account. So regular people who are sniping all the newly launched projects on Pump Fund. So this is one of the reasons why I just love to keep it a maximum of 20. You get my point. So insider wallets should own, not more than 10%, because if they own more than 10%, then it's going to be absolutely crazy. The dev holding should be less than 25%. And by the way, you can further reduce this. You can even put it at 15%, because most of the times the dev holding is also part of the insiders, So if you add the dev holding plus the insider wallet holdings, right, it shouldn't be more than 30%. Okay, so if you add that up, this is giving us about 25%, which is absolutely good. So let's even take it to around 15% to make it 30, so that the dev holding and the insider wallets, because obviously the dev is going to be working with the insiders as well. So it shouldn't be like more than a 30%, type of arrangement. And the market cap should be a minimum of around 45,000 US dollars. And this is usually derived from the fact that since it has got a lot of volume, 55,000 US dollars, the market cap is obviously going to be around, 50 and above, 50,000 US dollars and above. So the key important metric is the time frame and the volume. So play around with these other settings and figure out what you guys are obviously going to be amazed by, and which of these tweaking in terms of the settings is going to give you the best results. So most of them are probably going to be around the insider wallets and the sniper wallets as well. And this is obviously going to make or break you as well. So let me just click that and. Obviously, most of the times you're not really going to be seeing a lot of coins popping up here. So the coins that do pop up here, you should definitely have a strong interest in, and you should take a look at what they are going to be giving you in terms of the results. So the major difference that I usually have with the graduated filter is obviously the time frame. The time frame. So technically speaking, I love to keep this on 30 minutes because most of the times when a coin has got very high interest, it usually ends up performing very well. And if I really minimize the time frame to about 10 minutes, most of the times I'm not really going to see what recently graduated and could still be a potential good play. So this is one of the reasons why on the graduated filter, I usually give myself a little bit of more time to sort of react and let the markets marinate, and it just allows me to see what previously performed very well. So as you can see right over here, right, the insider wallets, we could definitely argue, we can definitely put it up at 10%, 20%, and then further reduce the developer dev holding to less than 15%, like 15% as the maximum. So here we've got about 35% max. So the logic behind this is obviously having both the insider wallets and the developer wallets having less than 35% or 40% of the supply, because at least that's going to be a very fair type of shareholding in terms of propelling the price higher. Again, you do not want to have a situation where the developers and the insiders have got very little percentage, because that really means they're not really going to have a lot of marketing money. They're not going to have money for listing or just other expenses, so you need to be very, very fair. So the sniper wallets is obviously going to be less than 20. So the bot users should be less than just put it less than 3,000. Okay, because when you have more than 3,000, sometimes it could really send a wrong message. So remember what I told you, the volume is still the same, minimum 55,000 US dollars. The market cap should be more than 60,000 US dollars. And most of the times, if you see a coin which graduates and ends up trading less than 60,000 US dollars, it's probably going to rag. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes it's very important for us to sort of have a particular threshold. So I am only going to be interested in coins that have got a market cap of 150,000 US dollars and above, with a minimum trading volume. You can just keep it at 55,000 US dollars, but a lot of good coins that have graduated will have more than 100,000 US dollars in terms of its volume. So remember, the token age is going to be 30 minutes, so that you can at least have some time to look at the coins that recently graduated. So if we click on apply, this is what we are getting at this particular moment. So it really reduces, and right now if we take a look at this, let's see why this one is really standing out, and maybe it could be a very good trade. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, this one has been performing very well. So based on these filters, right, you can see that if you were using my filters, you would have gotten in around here. You could have literally made a 5x in less than 2 hours. So these filters are definitely very, very good, and they're very, very powerful. So as you can see right over here, the insider holdings is less than 2%. Okay, the top 10 holders is around 32.4. So remember what I told you, right? The top holders, the insider wallets, the snipers, and the developers shouldn't own more than 40% of the supply, and if you couple that with very good amount of volume, you guys are going to do very well. So take a look at this. The snipers are owning around 32.71%, which is understandable. Okay, so even with those metrics, you were able to get in on a solid pump, and you're also able to like make some money. So this was obviously going to be like a very quick scalp for you, and you could have done very, very well. So one of the most important things that you should look at when it comes to your filters is number one, time. Number two, the amount of volume. Time and volume are really going to separate your results. You're going to have better results if you concentrate on these two metrics, and you guys are going to do very well. So that's all I had for you guys. Hope you guys are going to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We do this on a daily basis. We invest in meme coins. I give out meme coins that I'm investing in. I teach people how to create meme coins, how to launch meme coins, and just basically how to make a lot of money when it comes to being active in the meme coin community and all that good stuff. So yeah, talk to you guys a little bit later. Hopefully you got a thing or two, and please let me know in the comment section below which filters give you the best results. Please drop all that in the comment section below, and you guys are gonna be very, very helpful to everybody else, because it's all about sharing information. So yeah, talk to you a little bit later. Bye.